Hello, it's Mark from Cars and Cameras, and today we're going to talk about accessories for your Sony Mirrorless camera. And the first one is a screen protector. I really like this Sony screen protector. I made another video on it. It's really nice because it's a semi-hard screen protector and it just has adhesive around the edges and it just basically lays down over the screen and it's installed. And it looks fantastic when it's installed on the camera. It looks like it came from the factory. A nice thing is when you're in selfie mode, you don't have to worry about the screen getting scratched because the screen on these Sony cameras are very delicate and you definitely want to use a screen protector. And I think this particular semi-hard one is the best one. Also, you have all, the touch functions still work, no problem. Now let's talk about cages. Here's a cage from a company that's been around for a while. And they've made, I've used a lot of their cages, and this particular one is made specifically for the A6400. And now what they've done is they've kind of smoothed out the right side because they're kind of awkward on your hands. So this one is kind of tapered off on the side, which is kind of nice. Now the downside to having a cage is that, they do add a little bit of bulk, but the A6400 is kind of small. Now, this particular design does cover up the knobs on the top a little bit, but the trade-offs I think of having a cage are pretty good because it's nice to have a cage. Now you see here, I wish the 1/4-20 for mounting it on a gimbal was in the middle, but that's where they have the mount to mount the cage to the camera. Now you saw there, it comes with a magnetic quick release for removing the cage. And you can see here, it makes it really handy, but there's one thing. When you take this off, well, that's nice because it has a little pocket for it on the bottom, but they don't give you a spot to have the Allen key. So basically, either you have to leave that screw off if you're going to do this in the field, if you want to remove the cage. So it's kind of handy that they gave you one accessory but not another. So I think a little more thinking needs to be done with the cage. Now, a nice thing I like about, this particular cage, it's got little rubber feet. So as you see there, it doesn't scratch your camera. Now, the next thing, let's talk about filters. Now, let's talk about protecting your lens. Now, I have a multi-coated UV filter on here, and that's what you want to use because if you see there, as I hold it up to the light, it protects not only the lens, but you don't see the reflections. The multi-coated filter cuts down the reflections because this very high quality Tiffin filter here, while it's a UV protector, it's not multi-coated. So you'll see the difference when I hold it up to light. You see all that reflection there? So while it's a great filter, you want to use one that has some nice multi-coating. Now the next thing, let's talk about neutral density filters because, if you're going to shoot at 24p at 1/48th of a second, you're going to need some ND filters. And my favorite ND filters are the single-use ones. I don't like adjustable ND filters because they really cut down on contrast and also you can have issues with them. So I like to use different strength of ND filters. I have all different ones and that's what I like to use. It's just a personal preference, but I think they work better. Okay, let's talk about keeping your A6400 clean. I really like these little blower brushes. This particular one, this rocket blower, is pretty powerful and it works really well at getting the dust off your lenses. Also because it's just a blower brush, you can also use this to clean out the dust on your sensor on your mirrorless camera. It works great because you don't want to be using canned air because it has an oil in it. Okay, let's talk briefly about sound. And I really think that the Little Rode wireless Go microphones work really well with the Sony A6400. Great for getting really good sound, and you really can't go wrong with those. So it's something to look at. I think they're paired well with the Sony A6400. So the next thing I want to talk about is cleaning your lenses. And traditionally people use like this Kodak lens cleaning paper. Well, that's kind of old school because I got to tell you, on the set we use these Kimtech wipes, and these are really great. They come in different sizes, but this size is really nice, and this is really kind of your modern. It's lint free. And then let's talk about lens cleaner. So that's the old school lens cleaner. This is what we use on the set. This Pancro. If you search Pancro on the internet, you can find this stuff. It's pretty expensive, but a bottle of that will last you a long time. And guys, there it is. There's my quick look at accessories for your A6400. Yes, there are more accessories, but this is just kind of a basic overview. Kind of after you get the camera, just a few things to get up and running. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.